Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And again, it's Felix. I just wanted to take you to an exercise which it's not so complicated. It's regarding partnerships. So sorry, this video is gonna have a bit of shadow because I'm trying to just pointing it at my book so that I just get a lot of things done and not have a bunch of issues. So I'm using a tutorial letter here for 2022 and I'm on page 52, but there's just a very simplified example that talks a bit about the ratios and stuff. And you're going to get to doing most of them, but this is just an exercise which is a bit rough. Just a rough exercise. So basically, even if you don't have the book, if you follow through, you're going to be able to know what's being talked about. So the first thing that they talk about here, they talk about DJ and CJ Coffee as partners in black coffee music. So they contribute 180 and 270 respectively. So we have 180,000 and 270. My handwriting is not the best, but that's as it goes. So usually when you hear them talking about we have DJ Black and CJ Coffee, it has to tell you as they continue, they're not gonna necessarily tell you that okay, DJ Black 180, CJ Coffee 270. They assume you would know because they introduce the scenario saying they have DJ first, then CJ, which is the second. So because they introduced the scenario this way, you also have to know that the moment they talk about the 180, they're talking about DJ. The moment they talk about CJ, the 270, they also now talking about CJ because DJ was first, meaning the first number is going to be the first one. CJ was the second to be spoken of, meaning the second number is also going to be the one for this, what do you call it, the second person in line. So the next thing that you have to also understand is after you get a scenario which tells you about everyone's contributions, you have to also find out, okay, what is going to be the total capital contribution, right? So to get the total capital contribution is simple. You're just going to add your 180 plus your 270. Then it's going to give you the total. And from that total, that's the only way that you can then be able to move along with answering other questions. So if you are going to add both, they are going to give you 450,000. So basically, let me add the 0, 0, 0, 0. So basically, DJ contributed 180,000 over 450. And CJ also contributed to 270,000 over 450. Okay, but if you look at these fractions, these fractions, these numbers are very, very big. Like if you look at them, they are very, very big. So you now have to take it a step further and look for what they call the lowest common, or the like how low can you simplify this fraction. Like if you're ever gonna bring down this fraction, how low can you bring it down? Like as in like in dividing, how best can you represent this function like to its simplest form? We have 180 over 450 and we have 270 over 450. So the first thing that you have to now ask yourself is, what is the number that can be divided into 180 and also can be divided into 450,000, right? And usually others, they prefer using cancellation, right? So if you are going to divide 1, 2, 3, if you're going to divide this by 1,000 and you're going to say, pardon my scribbling, then you're going to say 180,000 divided by 1,000. right? Then you're gonna cancel the 3 zeros. You're gonna be left with 180 over 450. Or you can say 180 over 450, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can go by saying this 0 is going to cancel out this one, this 0 is going to cancel out this one, this 0 is going to cancel out this one, this 0 is going to cancel out this one. You are left with 18 over 45. You can apply the same principle because this number is a lot of zeros, but you can also say this 0 is cancelling this one, this 0 is cancelling this one, this 0 is cancelling this one, this 0 is cancelling this one. You're going to be left with 27 over 45. Then you have a fraction. So the fraction still remains the same because if you say 18 plus this is still going to give you 45. Then when you look down, when you are now at this stage, you can then ask yourself the next question to say which number can get into 18 and 45, because you want to try simplify your fraction. Which number can get into 18 and 45? Which number can get into 27 and 45, right? And if you continue on down that path, you are going to find out that even if you use a number like, if you use a number like 9, you are going to discover that 9 into 18 is going to give you 2. 9 into 45 is going to give you 5. Then 9 into 27 is going to give you 3. Then 27 into 45 is going to give you 5, right? So you're going to be left with a ratio. And the ratio that we have here, you just take the numerators. The ratio is actually 2:3, right? 2:3. What does 2:3 mean? 2:3, you're just simply saying 2 plus 3, which is equals to 5. Meaning you can then go on to say 2 over 5 plus 3 over 5. Then that's how we are back at where we started here. I hope I'm making sense. You can replay this video until you get to a point where you understand what's what. So what am I saying? You are given amounts as capital contributions. What are you going to do? The first thing that you're going to do, I will need you to add them up together, right? You're going to add, and as you add, that was the step where we did the 180 plus 270, right? Then you're going to represent both as a fraction, right? Then you represent both as a fraction, right? After representing both as a fraction, I'll need you to simplify to its lowest. So, and if you can then simplify to its lowest, and you have to maintain the same denominator, please remember I had 450 on one side, I had 450 on the other, meaning I maintained the same denominator. So I simplified it, I got 18 over 45. I went further to simplify because 45 and 45 is the same thing. I simplified further and I got 2 over 5, 3 over 5. How did I get the profit sharing that these people had? The numerators became the profit sharing, which is 2:3. How then do I move from 2:3 to 2 over 5 and whatever? I can always come back to this. So this is something that I was saying on the previous video, that you have to be very comfortable with these fractions, these steps. Adding, after adding both, make a fraction. After making the fraction, simplify. After simplifying, the numerators are your profit sharing. So at times you're going to be told by a question that they share 2:3, right? They contributed, or they might say the partnership is worth 450,000 and they share 2:3. You have to know that they are talking about the same thing. If they give you the figures or the actual contributions, you should be at a position of then calculating how much is accrued to each. So if you go on with this question, the question is now going to ask you, calculate the profit share, the share profits capital contributions. That's what we've just done now. Then Black Coffee share DJ Black and CJ Coffee share profits equally. Equally just means you're gonna split into two. Then DJ Black and CJ Coffee share profits at a ratio of 2:1, right? So if they give you a question, I'm gonna just use this spot because it's too simple. If they give you a question which is saying 2:1, right? So the first thing that you're going to do, you're gonna convert this as to sign and make it a plus. So meaning you say 2 plus 1, it is gonna give you 3. So now you now know that it actually means 2/3 and 1/3. Remember we said the first person gets the first part, meaning DJ is going to get the 2/3, CJ is gonna get 1/3. 1/3 plus 2/3 is a whole number. So we then go forward to say 2/3 multiply, because the question is saying they share profit. So we're multiplying the profit in this way, meaning the profit is 225. Then you say 2/3 multiplied by 225, 0, 0. Then you have 1/3 multiplied by 225, 0, 0. Then you get an answer. After this, you get an answer with your calculator, should go straight. So you should be at a position of understanding what they mean when they say 2:1, what's the next step? You see this sign, even if they say it's 2:1 3, you're just going to simply say 2 plus 1 plus 3. This is going to give you 5, 6, meaning this one is going to have 2 out of 6. The other one is going to have 1 out of 6. The other one is going to have 3 out of 6. Then you continue. And yeah, that's pretty much it about these fractions. When I find another one that I can tackle for you, I'll quickly make a video and let you know. But I felt like you have to know this part, just the steps. Add, make both the fraction, simplify, the numerator is your profit sharing, and do remember to like, share, subscribe, and do let me know in the comment section which other things you want me to tackle. But yeah, thank you so much.